Hi, my name is Fred, and I'm one of the chief bloggers here at Rottsnshots. And tonight we're going to continue our series on concealed carry with a little bit of a talk about the types of handguns that are suited to concealed carry purposes. As I did in my other video blogs on conceal and carry, I will tell you first that I'm not a firearms instructor. I am not a lawyer. I'm not a professional firearms trainer. I don't pretend to be. I don't advocate that I am. I only advocate that I'm giving you my viewpoints based on my 23 years plus experience of conceal and carry. So having said that, my opinion is not professional and should not be taken for anything other than the sole value of entertainment. Alright, well, tonight, like I said, we're going to talk a little more about conceal and carry, and tonight we're talking about particularly the instruments of conceal and carry, the firearms themselves. I brought one of my favorite examples of a concealed carry firearm, and it is this Walther P990. It is a 9 by 19 millimeter firearm. Total barrel length of 3.5 inches. It is double action only, and it has 3-dot Trijicon night sights on it. Now, it also has a Picatinny accessory rail on the bottom. I find this weapon very comfortable to conceal and carry because of its compact size and the general dynamics of the shape. The slide is sculpted, so there is no squared off edges, and this is, though, you can find these guns labeled as Smith & Wesson model number 99, P99. There might be also guns out there labeled Walther P99. At one point in time, Smith & Wesson had bought out Walther LLC. This P990, though, is an original Walther made in Germany. This is not a Smith & Wesson clone of a Walther design. Having said that, there are several other choices. The modern-day police officers choose to carry the standard issue Glock. It is one of the more, I should say, durable, rugged firearms you can pick up. I know old-timers out there that still swear up and down that the old 6-shooting wheel guns are great for concealed carry. I know still yet others that say in this modern day of criminals and so forth carrying fully automatic weapons that it's absolute suicide to carry a 6-shot wheel gun. For me personally, I do carry semi-autos most of the time, and I rather enjoy them. Now, don't get me wrong, carrying concealed is not about comfort. You get comfort from knowing that you have the weapon on you, not because it fits or is overly comfortable to have on your person, but the comfort level comes from actually having the weapon on you and knowing you can defend yourself and your wife and kids. Now, in my case, though, I do find that this Walther is rather comfortable to carry. I've carried it several times in public. I carry it in Uncle Mike's. I'm not advocating for a particular brand of holster or holster manufacturer, but I did carry it in Uncle Mike's inside the waistband holster, and it is exceedingly comfortable for me, and I'm not a small fellow. So anyway, that's one choice, and like I said, there's others. There's Glock, Kimber, there's Ruger, there's a whole myriad of them out there, and we're expanding the market every day in concealed carry companies. So you would probably say to me, well, how do I know which one's right for me? And that's the problem with conceal and carry, is that it is a individual choice. It's not something that I can look at Joe Smo and say, oh, you'd be comfortable carrying X, or you'd be comfortable carrying brand Y, or you'd be comfortable carrying this caliber as opposed to that caliber. The comfort level with conceal and carry is based upon how much you need to conceal the weapon and what calibers you feel most comfortable discharging and that you can be the most accurate with. It's not about being macho, it's not about being feminine, it's not about being anything. It's about what you, the shooter, feels is the most comfortable caliber and size of firearm for you. I may feel that I could successfully get away with carrying a 1911 and feel perfectly comfortable carrying a 1911, but a petite size female might not feel comfortable carrying a 1911. I might feel okay carrying a Ruger 460. Doesn't mean that everybody's going to feel comfortable carrying a Ruger 460. It just means that for me, that is my individual choice, and that's what I enjoy shooting, or that's what I would enjoy shooting, or that's what I'd feel most comfortable with if the bad guy produced a weapon and threatened my life. That's what I'd feel most comfortable defending myself with. And I say that as an example, not that I would really advocate for carrying a Ruger 460 on your person down the middle of Main Street. So that's what you need to take away from this video, is that if you're a beginner just getting into conceal and carry, if you're a person carrying a concealed handgun for the first time, is that it doesn't really matter what you carry. It's what you as a person, you as a shooter, feel comfortable carrying. If you as a person or you as a shooter would have to pull that weapon and use it to defend yourself and or others. Having said that, you're going to say, well, how do I know what I'm going to feel comfortable with? You don't want to go out and buy a whole bunch of firearms not knowing what you feel comfortable with. And the only thing I can say to you about that is, at least the ranges in my local area have guns for rent, which means you can go into these local ranges and rent a particular handgun. You can say, I'd like to try to shoot a 357 Magnum. You can say, I'd like to try to shoot a 40 Smith & Wesson, or you could say, I'd like to try to shoot a 9x19 millimeter. You can say, oh, well, I'd also like to try to shoot a 44 Magnum. There's some ranges that do offer that service, and those are the ones you need to patronize until you find a caliber that you feel comfortable with and that you can be accurate with. And once you find that caliber you feel comfortable and that you're accurate with, then go out to your local gun shop and say, hey, I'd like to buy whatever that caliber is, or whatever that configuration is, because you also need to know whether you want to carry it in the form of a revolver, a semi-automatic, or whether you want to carry it in the form of what we commonly refer to as pocket pistols, which are really, really tiny little pistols, and they come in calibers like 380 and 22 Magnum and 22 long rifle, and they can come in calibers like 9mm and 38 special, and etc. So that would be my best advice to the beginning shooters and the beginning conceal and carry folks, is that you go out to your local range that may rent firearms and try several. Don't just try one, try several until you find one that you say, aha, this is really controllable for me. I can be very accurate with it. I can feel comfortable, walking down the street with this on my person, and then stick with it for a little while. And eventually you'll come around to having a whole bunch of new experiences that you may say, I like several different ones like I do. I like the 9x19 millimeter. I like 40 S&W. I like 45 ACP. I think 38 is nice, although to me a little underpowered. And I happen to like 357 Magnum as far as personal carry rounds go. But that, again, is just me. You may find it something completely different. Well, I hope it was informational for you. I hope our talk was informational for you. And I hope that you'll visit your local range soon, try out a couple very different calibers and different configurations of firearms, and go ahead and make that personal choice for yourself. Until next time, my name's Fred, and I am the blogger at rottsnshots. Have a great night.